This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Getting into 3 right there. The 08 has got to let off the gas early. He cannot race the leader down in the corner for the reason that here we go. My gosh, 3 wide.
John Wood on the inside. And right in the middle, Mike Skinner pushing the Tundra 42. And problems. Rick Sanders in the 72 gets spun around.
Talking about pushing, he got pushed around by the 50 of John Wood, look like.
Our first caution comes out at Gateway International Raceway.
You could just feel it coming, Phil, couldn't you? That turn 3 is so difficult. You know, exactly here we are on the inside. We get this lap truck, the 72. Now the 50 of John Wood, he wants to go. The 72 is just extremely slow, and you know, he can't help but to run over him.
And he's trying to stay out of the way, and John Wood's wanting to get in the throttle and go and
try to come back and get him. Whoa!
Problems. We've got Carl Edwards and Mike Skinner getting spun around.
That was a situation, Kenny, maybe he should have let him go. Carl Edwards on the inside, the truck on the inside, always loses air off that rear spoiler, always gets a little bit looser on the inside. I think that's exactly what happened.
You know, me and my friend Kenny Schrader, I would say, Kenny, I knew you was going to wreck, and he'd say, well, how come you didn't tell me? I wish I'd have had a radio right then. You just knew it was going to happen. I hated that it happened, but we called it just because of the way they were beating and banging on each other.
Got a flat left front tire. On here they are side by side. Watch Carl Edwards. See if he doesn't get loose on the bottom of the racetrack.
Straight into him.
Yep, got a little bit loose, had to chase the truck up the hill, ran into Mike Skinner. What does Kenny Schrader say? 8 tires are better than 4?
Yeah, Bobby Allison always taught me that. He said, hey,
just because the competition's so good.
Ray, you're exactly right, because the competition is stronger this year than it has ever been in the 10-year history of the Craftsman Truck Series. There's Terry Cook. He's had some problem. The International Power Stroke Diesel Ford.
Terry Cook, I talked to him earlier. He talked about the hit he took last week, and now again into the wall at Gateway.
That's classic getting loose into turn 1 at St. Louis. 99 has got problems. Carl Edwards slowing up everybody about running over him.
Going in turn number 3, that's Carl on the bottom of the racetrack.
Could he be out of fuel right now? No, he's got. He's going to spin. 99. The super chipped Ford 99 of Carl Edwards gets spun around.
Wow.
No caution has come out as of yet. Carl Edwards back on the racetrack
road.
He knew he had to get in. Let's watch his left front tire. Let's watch this. It's going to smoke up, right? Here we go, right there. He wants to get in, but he sees the grass. And he knows that he can't ride around another lap on that right rear flat.
Kenny, this spin is going to be a real break for him, though.
Welcome back to Gateway, a very unpleasant sight for all of you Steve Park fans. Going into turn number 1, it looks as though the motor let go for the 62 Orleans Dodge.
Kenny, you talked about how difficult this racetrack was on these trucks mechanically. And unfortunately, it looks like Steve Park may have lost an engine. Ray?
Phil, he just came on the radio and said he believes it's transmission, not the engine. He said it felt like it just started shaking real bad, and he thought it was the transmission or rear end gear and not the engine. So as he brings that Casino Queen Dodge down here, we'll give you an update, but he doesn't believe it was the engine.
Great equipment on the track, but it's not showing in his finishes. Of course, no major sponsorship on this truck. They would love a win for the 15.
Oh, no, the 16 truck. This is Jack Sprague.
Problems flying out of the back of the 16 and into the wall. Jack Sprague goes. He broke.
And the caution comes out. That's going to put Bobby Hamilton right on Shane Meals' rear bumper for probably a green-white checker.
Wow, check this out. Right here, right front flat. The tires deteriorated, went into the wall, couldn't control it, come down and slam the left front.
Yeah,
wow.
Look at the way the left front's pointing right there, Kenny. So he's...
Sprague when this problem took place.
Listening.
Right front flat. He does not hit the wall. He gathers his truck up. Let's listen. Right aboard. Now the tire's gone. Now the right front tire is deteriorating. He has no control. Let's listen. He hits the wall because he cannot steer it. He can't drive it.
Yeah, it's one thing for a tire to go flat, but when it comes apart like that, after running flat for so long, that's the result.
Yeah, and let's not be quick to judge the Goodyear tire. He might have run over something. His tire adjustments might have not been right. But regardless, he blows a right front tire and only right.
Side.
This is it. This is it. Here we go. It's incredible.
Side by side as they...
This is it. This is it. Here we go. It's incredible.
Side by side as they come out of turn number 2. Bobby Hamilton on the outside, Shane Meal on the inside. It's a drag race down the backstretch.
Kenny, he told us he couldn't do it on the outside.
But we knew it's not over. Shane could drive. Oh, caution flag.
Caution flag flies as we have problems in turn number 2. 1 and 2, it looks like Terry Cook having problems in the 10 as well as the 12 of Robert Huffman.
We did not get white flag, so we will have, maybe for the last time ever, a second green-white checker when this race restarts.
Now, here's the scenario I seen. Truck pileup.
That's Terry Cook, and it looks like Chase Montgomery in the 8 gets into the back of Terry Cook. He goes spinning up. Terry Cook into the wall. Chase Montgomery is able to save it, stay out of the wall, but you see the 12 of Robert Huffman getting caught up in that, and Robert had a great run time.
Ooh, Shane got a really good start right now, but here he goes again.
Bobby drives to the outside. He pulls up beside him again, Kenny.
My gosh, this is incredible. They're beating.
Oh, they hit the wall.
No!
Bobby Hamilton up almost on 2 wheels and into the wall. The caution's going to fly again. Chad Chaffin will move into the top spot.
But we haven't got the white flag yet. We will have another green-white checker.
I knew it was going to happen. I drew the picture. I said, your leader is a young kid. You got the veteran on the outside. They are still wrecking as we look at
Bobby Hamilton right now is wide open, wide open, turning into Shane Meal.
Okay.
Bobby Hamilton can't see anything right now. He's got smoke flying out of that truck. Caution flew at Gateway.
Oh, we see what happens. Shane Meal gets sideways and loses it.
Yeah, it was not a situation where he just tried to drive Bobby Hamilton in the wall. He was doing all he could do to try to keep the lead, and he got sideways and it ran out of racetrack. He and Bobby Hamilton made contact. Bobby almost got upside down. There's where you see Bobby's trying to make sure that Shane gets his truck off the racetrack and out of the way.
He doesn't want Shane to gain any position.
A Starr reels him back in as they go down the backstretch.
Shed gets off the corner pretty well. Look at David Starr.
Whoa!
Oh, got another crash.
Here we go again.
Up on the side, that's the 14 of Rick Crawford sliding sideways down the backstretch.
Oh, Lord.
Unbelievable.
Andy Houston and Rick Crawford getting into it coming out of turn number 2, and now the safety crews will immediately get out and try to take care of the 14 of Rick Crawford.
Now what we're facing here is a decision. I mean, this is incredible. We cannot get the race finished.
What's nice about that truck right there is Rick Crawford is a very big guy, but these trucks have you see him moving around there. You see him standing up in the truck.
Right off this corner. Wow, same thing as what we had just a minute ago.
Almost a carbon copy, exactly. Andy looked like he might have got sideways. He forced the 14 of Rick Crawford up into the wall. Rick climbed over the right rear corner of Andy's truck, and there you see Rick sliding door side down.
Wow, I mean, this is incredible. But, you know, in our sport of NASCAR racing, this has been the hottest debate. Green-white checker. Okay, here we go. 2 car on the inside, 2 truck on the inside of the 14.
They're both getting into the gas.
Loose again.
No room.
Yep, saw him wiggle a little bit. He had to drive up the hill to chase it. When he did, Rick Crawford was there. They ran out of room, and this is the result.
Well, first of all, you want to say Andy Houston run up into him, but he gets loose, and he's chasing the truck.
Which took place in Las Vegas in 2002. The green flag flies, and we'll try it again.
Good, clean start for Chad Chaffin. He opens out about a truck length lead on David Starr as he goes down to turn number 1.
I think these guys are thinking right now, we've been taught, we've been trained, let's just get this thing finished.
And they need to get to the white flag. If they're able to get all the way around, the leader takes the white flag, this race will end. Now the race is for the white flag here for Chad Chaffin, but also, if they make it through the white flag, they're going to be racing for that checkered. And right now, David Starr reeling in the 18 of Chad Chaffin.
Trying oh so hard, got a little bit loose there down there in 3 and 4, right in the center. Chad Chaffin takes the white flag, last lap.
1 to go for Chad Chaffin. David Starr right behind him, looking to claim his 2nd victory ever in the Craftsman Truck Series.
Right there!
Here we go again!
Contact!
Moves him out of the way, and David Starr moves in front as they go down the backstretch. Your series points leader, Dennis Setzer, right behind David Starr as they go down the backstretch, and Setzer is going to be looking for a victory as well.
It's not over. Let's watch it. They go in the corner.
Look at Ted Musgrave drive to the outside of Dennis Setzer, but David Starr's loving it. They're side by side behind him.
David Starr in the Spears Manufacturing number 75 Chevrolet comes out and wins race number 2 of his career.
What a tremendous race here. David Starr used the bumper, got Chad Chapman out of the way. I don't think anybody wants to back off, Kenny.
Oh, Lord, here we go. A little bit of retaliation. Chad Chapman letting him know what he thinks about him.
And he moved him out of the way.
Well,
Chad Chapman was leading the race, and David Starr got underneath him and was just faster.
But that's what it's all about. The 18 truck, you know, was holding the 75, but the 75 was definitely pushing him. Okay, he let him go. If you're going to move somebody, David Starr did a great job of moving him.
David Starr making the move coming out of turn number 2. We've seen it so many times. And David Starr, bump and run, gets by the 18 of Chad Chapman.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.